Hi, my name is Bernie. I just thought I'd mention the principles and the virtues behind the steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. Um, they're not written in the big book. They're not part of the big book, but Bill and Bob decided to enlighten us a little bit more on the principles in some order, and it's very important. So it was just to liven up the steps a little bit and give us some kind of idea how they work. There's no exact date, or I can't find any when they were actually written. But like the four absolutes of the Oxford group, most addictions start with the honesty, and the principle behind step one is honesty. And in the Oxford group, honesty, purity, unselfishness, and love was their motto, and it was quite an important thing for the Oxford group, although it's not part of AA, so we shouldn't really discuss it too much, but that's where the idea came from. So the principle behind step one is honesty, and the virtue is acceptance. In the 12 and 12, in step one, it says we had to accept our devastating weaknesses and all its consequences. So there's a little bit of acceptance attached to honesty. And we have to get honest with ourselves when we really come into Alcoholics Anonymous. And sometimes that honesty might start when you hit your bottom, or that rock bottom, they say, and fully concede to your innermost self that you're an alcoholic. And you have to really get honest with that. And I think the honesty really comes as just admitting you're powerless and your life is unmanageable. It says that my life had become unmanageable. So step one is written in the past tense. We were powerless over alcohol. That our life had become unmanageable. So it's really one step. It's try not to divide it into two if you can help it. My life is still unmanageable today, so the unmanageability is to do with the hideous four horsemen and also the 8 bedevilments. We were having trouble with our personal relationships, couldn't control our emotional nature, prey to misery and depression. We couldn't hold a job down, we were useless. And of course, those hideous four horsemen, they're all part of step one, really, And but honesty is so important because, I always say this: honesty gets us sober, integrity keeps us sober. So I'm not going to talk too much about it because, there's a lot added on to honesty in the AA program, and when we share, we get honest with ourselves and others. And we have to get honest with people in the end and make amends to them. So honesty goes right through the whole program and certainly goes through the rest of the steps. So the principle behind step one is quite simple. Just get honest with yourself. Talk it out with another. Make amends to people you harmed and pray to a God of your own choice. So honesty, really important. It humbles us in some kind of way, and it allows us to ask for help, and it gives us the courage to move forward. So we have to start with honesty. Like I said, most addictions in life start off with honesty, admitting whatever it is that's wrong with you. So I'll share and talk to you about the next principle, which will be in step 2. And the principle behind step 2 is hope. So look forward to talking to you about that principle. You can always catch up and read some of it. It's very interesting, but it does give you a different dimension of the steps. So have a nice day, guys, and look forward to seeing you.